again for a little evening ride. I got a guest with me. You guys will remember the Crimson Captain. Connor is with us.
Hey guys, I'm back. No boats today.
No tugboats today, huh?
No.
Connor was just telling me that the port's empty. I guess that's a move that they do to protect not only the port itself but the ships. You don't want anything in there with the possibility of it breaking loose.
Yeah, most ships are probably headed east right now, out to deeper waters, float around. Savannah said that they had a parade outbound today of about 10 ships.
Getting out of port.
I would imagine Charleston, Jacksonville, everybody's doing the same thing, preparing for the worst, getting everybody out of port.
We're back and we're going to take another ride. We got another call about a tree down, and oddly enough, we're going right back to a place that we just left down by the Marina at the Gascoigne Park. Got a report there's a tree down there, so we're going to take you guys along as we scout this out. The wind gust, I checked the airport, wind gusts are now getting pretty close to 50 miles an hour. I think it was 46 knots, which, no, what was it, 40 knots, which works out to about 46 miles an hour. So
Yeah.
it's continued to increase with wind. Again, tropical force winds were not anticipated to be here in the area until 8 p.m. So those winds are here just a little bit earlier than what was originally anticipated. Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe this thing is gonna move a little quicker than
Picking
anticipated.
up some speed. Yeah.
That would be very, very nice. Rain has definitely picked back up again.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it. Looks like a water oak tree. And guys, we were just on this little piece of road when we came through the Gascoigne Park area. Pretty good sized tree here that's down. Luckily, this is not going to. There's nothing on the other side of this except a pavilion and a public dock, which, to be honest with you, is probably not going to be utilized for the next day or two with this weather. And there is a back road to it, so this can definitely wait to be picked up. But you guys can see it happens, and it happens quick, as this is something that we just came across an hour and a half ago. I just came through just to bring you up. We rode through the Marina and kind of looked at things, and I rode through and then shifted around. I'm not sure she knows where she's going, but you don't have to sit there, honey. We'll help her out. Maybe she can understand.
She might have heard it. She might live right there by it. Or be over there by it. Heard something fall. Some other people checking out the damage. I took a ride around this morning. Went down to Gould's Inlet to the beach. There were a couple people surfing. Wasn't quite rough enough for high tide yet, so they had 3 guys down there with their wetsuits on, having a good time. Perfect time for waves.
I saw some people in the water earlier when I was making the rounds. Tide is definitely on the way back in.
Yeah, I believe high tide's at
It's about 10 or something?
yeah, I think I was going to say 9:45, 9:50 tonight.
A lot of it is the timing with the position of the storm, is whether we're going to get east wind or western wind, as to how much water gets held in here in our area. The wind will hold the tide in this place.
Yeah, with it kind of curving back towards the east, I agree with you. I'm not really sure which way the wind's going to be blowing for us.
Let's see. Try to pull up the channel and so I got you guys here. 75 of you here with us. We're back looking at trees, and we're going to take a ride back through. Wind has been coming up. You can't tell by that flag, but it's like wrapped around that flagpole 2 or 3 times. Everything looks pretty good down on this end.
Yeah, we came through yesterday across the causeway and noticed all the boats at the marina were out of the water.
Yeah, there's one boat.
It's always a good thing.
Check this out. The one boat that's on the north dock, the owner of that boat left out a few days ago to go to Cedar Key. He has a home over in Cedar Key.
Oh no!
Before he really knew which way this the storm path was going to take, and so he's over there dealing with that, and his boat got left in, but left in the marina.
That's a good thing.
You know, I haven't been down King's Way to look at King's Way yet. Let's ride.
This morning, about 9 o'clock. And limbs, but nothing serious. Have you been to Brunswick yet today?
Yeah, we had to go over for a tree over on the west side of the county first thing this morning.
Wow.
It's miserable out there. I'm showing the viewers of my channel. Typically, we don't see this type of content. The opportunity presented itself, and you know, there really hasn't been a lot of coverage on the national scene for these areas. I have not seen any media here covering the storm, so I thought, you know, it might be a neat opportunity to come out and show what we are experiencing Well, that's going to be ground zero. If he shows up somewhere, that's never that's Georgia Power is out. So I know they've had a couple of power lines down over here on the island today. We saw one actually live. And it was smoking. It was energized and hot. Don't see anything. Nothing sticks out so far. This is a quick glance, though. Darkness will be coming quickly today.
Absolutely. With these storms coming, it just starts to get darker earlier.
Rain has definitely picked up. I mean, when we were out here earlier, we went through a lull where we had a little bit of rain, but it wasn't bad. It's picked back up now.
It seemed like we had about an hour, maybe hour and a half, like no rain.
Yeah, that's right.
It was nice. Went outside, checked out the outside of the house, make sure everything looked good at our property. It is humid outside, though.
Yeah.
Very warm. It's starting to come down a little harder.
Yeah,
here.
it's starting to come back a little bit now.
Minute.
I was talking about this earlier. These people, I'm driving 20 miles an hour, and I'm looking all the time. I'm looking for lines or limbs or anything that's coming out of these trees, or it's going to fall or wrap around our care in the world. They don't get it. Right back down through the village. And guys,
especially here in the village here, I'm definitely surprised at how many vehicles are down here. Businesses are open.
If we buffer, I apologize. We are on cell service. Doing the best. Did order Starlink.
Nice. Yeah. We're actually getting that at work, and a couple of the offshore crews are getting the mobile one, which is really
nice.
Cool. Yeah.
Very nice. That rain's coming down so hard now you can't even see Jekyll Island.
Oh, looks like somebody's there.
Oh, we do have a news crew. Storm Track 4. Here they are.
Oh yeah.
Wow! Look at that water rolling in here.
Rough. Oh yeah. Well, if you can see the front of the pavilion here at the pier, we got one of the newscasters out here for Storm Track 4 and his cameraman. Yeah, I'd say those are some pretty good rollers there across the sound.
Wow, it's like a whiteout out there on the water right now. I mean, what's that visibility is 1/8 of a mile maybe?
Yeah, minimal visibility.
It's crazy how this was. you got that news group here, and these are the first ones up here, and then we got these guys over here that are huddled up underneath the pavilion of this is a local eatery here, Zuzu's, and poor guy can't keep anything dry.
Yeah, it's gonna be a miserable ride back, probably to Jacksonville. Hopefully he can get in somewhere and get a change of clothes.
This guy that's with this, he's got a rolling cart, and he just looks. He can't.
I can't even
He
keep
can't.
the
He can't
camera.
get ahead.
Can't keep the camera dry, or from fogging up.
Take time to tie your shoes. Safety first. Oh. Well, I'm glad you guys are with us here from the comfort of the truck. You feel that wind buffering the truck now?
Yeah.
Kind of knocking us around. So we're getting some pretty good gust here. And now it looks like we're transmitting, sending that signal back to the rest of the world. Where's Tybee Island? Tybee Island is the northernmost barrier island on the Georgia coastline. It is offshore Savannah, if you will. You got Tybee Island, and then what's the next?
You have Tybee Island, and then you have Wausau Island.
What's going north though towards Charleston? What's still?
Oh, okay. So you have Defusky going north of Tybee Island. You have Defusky Island, which is it's an inhabited island. There's restaurants and houses and stuff there.
That's the southernmost barrier island on South Carolina side.
Correct. You can only get there by ferry, and then they have Hilton Head. Hilton Head's the more well-known southern island of South Carolina.
So yeah, that's where Tybee. And Tybee's it's a beach community. A lot of homes, restaurants. It's one of those vacation spots that people just love. We looked at this earlier. This rain, fair amount of rain at this time. It is whipping. Have you heard any thunder?
No, I haven't heard thunder all day long.
I haven't.
To be honest
I have
with you.
not heard any any thunder.
I've been waiting on those thunderstorms to come. I'm looking forward to those tonight. Kind of let me fall asleep.
But
If they come.
the Crimson Captain hails from Savannah area. And
So I grew up going to Tybee Island. That was my beach. I'm from Savannah.
But you were telling me when you got in the truck with me that your mom had said there was some tornado warnings going on up there.
Heard a couple tornado sirens, probably 3 or 4 tornado warnings. Oh, it's starting to get pretty bad here.
Yeah, it is. It's picking up.
Unconfirmed if any have touched down in Savannah. I haven't read anything on the news or, my family who still lives there hasn't said anything about any touching down or seeing any, but definitely heard some sirens going off. So if you guys can see here, this is actually the beach. You can still see some sand there.
I mean, we were down at Gould's Inlet earlier, and you could just see the sand just coming across the street. I mean, just
Flowing?
Oh yeah, it was crazy.
Wow.
And normally our ocean does not look like that here. Somebody's taken the time to board up the little house that's on the point here. That's one of the, I was talking to them earlier about, this area.
That one's under construction.
Yeah, there used to be so many like beach houses out here.
Yeah.
And now, the beach houses are sold, they go away, and then these really big family retreats, if you will, are built. You guys, you see where they've taken, and this is typical one of the old beach homes that used to be lining St. Simon's Beach, and you can actually see where the original structure was, and then it has been added on to the right. But that's what used to be down here. That's what used to make up this St. Simon's Beach community, where there's a little small.
Yes, we got somebody out there walking around out here.
Is somebody on the beach? Oh my gosh, they are. Are they coming off the beach?
I'm not sure.
They're coming. We're going to definitely pull up here and get a video of this.
They're running off the beach now.
That was all. That was fun and giggles.
Yeah, that. I'm sure she's pretty wet. That rain's got to sting a little bit too, with the way that wind's blowing it in here.
And I don't know. You guys probably can't tell by the video, but from where we're sitting right now, the whole truck's just shaking back and forth as we're getting what's got to be 50-mile-an-hour gusts that are hitting us. It's not a continuous 50. It's more. It comes and goes, comes and goes. All of this from Debby, now making her track across Georgia and headed our way. I don't want to hold anybody up, so I'll let you guys come on by. Gotta watch those power lines. They'll take your head off. Roxy's flowers. date palms are just taking a beating.
Yeah.
Look at that whole power line. Look at the whole power line over here, Connor.
Yeah.
You see? I mean, can you see that? The whole pole is moving.
Yeah.
Look at the top of the pole. The whole pole is moving.
Yeah. Holy cow. The way those lines are bouncing up and down like that. Oh, is that one down? Right here cutting across the front of the house. You see it? Or is that going into the house?
I think that one's going into the house. Looks like
Okay. Yeah, I think it is.
Communication is probably data or cable. Hey Mary, thank you for coming on. As a sailor, you guys appreciate the love. I'm out here for you guys. I thought y'all might enjoy taking a look. Tiger, thanks so much, Tiger. I thought you guys might enjoy what the other side of the storm looks like. You guys, I'm sure, have seen a lot of video today from what's going to be going on over in Florida. We're on the eastern side of the storm here on St. Simon's Island in Georgia.
Look at this water.
Got some flooding going on there. Let's roll around. Let's take a look at that. But we're definitely catching a band of this system now. New Mexico State. They've never seen anything like that before.
Oh, there's a couple surfers out there. 2 of them.
Where? Where do you see surfers?
Keep pulling up. Right there.
Oh, they're all there. Well, you know what? We cannot resist. Let me see if I can get the camera pointed over there. There's no way I'm getting out here, guys. I don't think they're surfing, but I think they got.
Yeah, one of them's
they're on
got
the
a surfboard.
womp boards.
Oh, that's probably what it is. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. So that'd be a good time to do it.
I don't know if you guys could make it out. The visibility now is not so good.
It'd be a good time to surf. Those are probably 2 footers at least. Some pretty good rollers coming in. Lots of waves.
It just looks like it would hurt.
Yeah. Definitely wouldn't be comfortable.
Angela, thank you for joining us here on the Menorcan Mullet channel. You guys are just joining us. I'm here with the Crimson Captain. Captain Connor is here with us for this appearance. Look right there and say hello.
So not sure if who all was in here when we got here, but looks like there's a pretty good amount of people in here right now. So I was telling Mr. Andy earlier when we got in the truck to start driving around, I'm not here to talk about tugboats today. The ports are clear. Savannah said that they had an outbound parade of ships leaving for sea, about 10 of them early this morning. Brunswick here was cleared last night. No more ships in port. That's due to the safety of the ship, due to the safety of the port. You know, a lot of those ships with these winds will just get blown around almost like a sailboat on a normal day. So Jacksonville, Charleston, Savannah, Brunswick, most of the ports here are all sending their ships out to sea. Most ships are still probably headed east, out to where they can float around and be out of the way of the storm.
I can't imagine having a ship and it even in a wind like this, especially like one of those ro-ro ships that's got such high sides on it.
Yeah,
it's like sail. It's like a sail.
Yeah, you could definitely get some sideways momentum.
Like crazy.
Sideways momentum. Those ship lines are definitely strong. Probably not that strong.
I mean, that wind is just getting funneled right through this area right here. We're going to go down.
Yeah, you can see those branches moving here. We're definitely feeling the tropical storm winds here, 40 plus miles an hour.
It is gusting in this area.
Captain Andy, is St. Simon's Island above or below sea level? You know, on Tybee Island, I know that they have a post actually at City Hall that shows that at a Category 5 hurricane, almost the whole island is underwater.
Yeah, there's no doubt it'd be the same way here. If there was any of the island that was natural, there are places. The golf course out on the north end, they've moved a lot of earth out there, and that's like the highest point on the island right now. They would probably be okay, but like this area right in here where we are right now, Connor, during Irma, all this flooded, all of this neighborhood. We're going to turn back down into this area. All the water that got pushed back from the East Beach Causeway back into that marsh area, it all got pushed up here.
Wow.
These homes were all flooded, a foot and a half. They weren't over the roofs or anything, but it still caused a tremendous amount of problems here. Ruined furniture, flooring, wiring, all that stuff towards the ground level of these homes. Man, it is coming down now.
Yeah, if you're not up on stilts, that storm surge sure can't get you.
I'm not sure that the camera views do it justice. But you can see that. Look at how that wind is blowing that rain off the roof of the house right there. I'm doing the best. I got the windshield wipers on high, guys. I'm doing the best I can to give you guys the best possible images. But within the past, 5 minutes here, it's taken a nasty turn.
Yes, Elizabeth. That's what they're saying is, it'll come all the way across Florida there, and it's supposed to split between St. Simon's here and Savannah, Georgia, and kind of hang out off the coast. We're hoping it's not going to hang out for a while. We're hoping it's going to come and go. But if it does hang out for a couple days, it could re-strengthen before it cuts back towards the west again.
And there's been a little talk about that happening, right? Like getting back out into the ocean and getting a little charge, a little boost of energy.
Yeah, and heading back west, northwest, back towards Charleston and all that area. We're hoping it continues east. The worst thing possible would be to sit there and hang out over the Atlantic Ocean for a couple days and come back inland, make landfall. Some of the tracks are pretty wild looking, and we're just all hoping for the best here on the East Coast and the West Coast of Florida. Hope those guys are okay. You can barely look down this road right now.
I know, it is ferocious.
There's a stop sign in front of us that's probably 4 or 5 houses in front of us that you can barely see right now.
It got dark really quick too.
Yeah,
I know that the camera doesn't do it justice, but
it's pretty dark.
Angela, I can tell you, I don't have an Android. I have an Apple phone, but I use an app called My Radar. It has a lot of capabilities, and I use that pretty much exclusively for my radar, and it gives me tracking capabilities. I use a lot of it for my work when I'm on the water.
My Radar, like you were saying, is a really good app. I use that for work. We also use an app called Windy, and I know that is an iPhone app and an Android app. The Windy app, it'll show you wind gusts. You can also pull up radar and everything on the sea waves. We use that a lot for our sea trips and everything, going from port to port. But My Radar is really good of showing weather radar. A little bit of flooding.
Yeah, we're just holding in here. We have to run over and grab some fuel. While we can, before the island runs out of power. It's not that we're going to run out of power, but I'm afraid something's going to fall on a power line and turn the power off.
Yeah, so guys, a lot of these islands, including St. Simon's, Tybee Island, and up near Savannah, the barrier islands of Savannah, where I grew up, a lot of these power lines are above ground.
Yeah.
On power poles that are wooden poles, and we have these oak trees, as you can see right here coming through the camera, overhanging the streets. Power companies and tree companies try to keep the trees away from the power lines, but if a branch falls, which a lot of times these trees and everything are a lot older,
it's going to get the power line.
We lose power really often here on the barrier islands and everything.
And we don't have generating plants or anything like that on the islands. All the electricity comes from over on the mainland, and it's got to come across the causeway on huge poles. It's one of the things that you learn to live with living on an island, I guess.
Yeah, we lose power pretty often. Even just the typical afternoon thunderstorms, sometimes with those strong winds and thunderstorms or whatever, it can knock the power out and be out for a couple hours. Yeah, so the power companies, they do a really good job. Florida's gotten hit pretty hard. I would imagine that power companies from Texas and Alabama and other surrounding states are all heading this way to help us.
Yeah, I'm willing to bet the central part of the state, Valdosta area, and then down into Florida, Perry. All those people took the brunt of it, I'm sure. So they've got some help coming. All right, Kier, why don't you entertain the group right here while I get out and take care of this detail.
All right, guys. Well, hey, if you have any questions for me while Cat and Andy step outside, we're riding around here. We need some more diesel fuel. If you have any questions, feel free to ask about Debby or as Captain Andy mentioned earlier, I'm a commercial captain. Whatever it may be, I can answer some questions for you guys. Yeah, so the Texas, I'm sure, sending power companies, linemen, a lot probably coming in from I-95 up north, headed down to Florida, Georgia, South Carolina here.
I thought for a minute I might stay out there in that, but I'm not going to do that. Oh!
So, Mary, I've been a captain for 3 years now. Tiger, I went to college, grew up in Savannah watching the big ships come in and out. Here in St. Simons, we have the St. Simons Pier that we can watch ships at. But Tybee, coming in, the ships coming in and out of Savannah, passing down through Tybee and through River Street and everything. Growing up and watching those come through, thought, this would be pretty cool, and kind of found out a way to make it happen. Started out at the bottom and worked my way up to become a captain here.
What school was it that you went to?
So I went to college for it at SUNY Maritime College up in New York City. SUNY is just the name, State University of New York, but it's called Maritime College. I went to school to study on how to work on ships, tugs, work on commercial vessels.
You got to do some pretty crazy things while you were in school too, didn't you?
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. I was 18 years old, got to sail around the world, saw 9 countries in 3 years, and I got to steer a ship through the Straits of Gibraltar between Europe and Africa, and I remember thinking, I'm 18 doing this. There aren't too many 18-year-olds doing that.
There's not too many people in the world that get to do that.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Thankful for where the interest of, again, being down watching the ships, that interest sparked, and thankful that happened to me, because I've got to experience a lot of cool things in my short career here. So with the school, we actually have a 600-foot ship that stays on campus, and we use it as a classroom during the school years, and then during the summers we sail through. We sail across, go see Europe, Africa, and go through the Mediterranean and hang out for 90 days, and then we return. There's 800 cadets on board that all get. We have class, we have work, and we have navigation, and learn how all of that works is pretty wild and pretty cool to not a lot of people understand. And that's what I love about my industry is it's very behind the scenes. Not really too many people know about it. Captain Andy's doing a great job of like putting into the limelight shipping. Unfortunately, it's been the Golden Ray and Baltimore the two incidents that we've had, but he's done a great job of highlighting ships and the shipping industry here on the East Coast.
You were one of the original Minorca Navy members, Connor.
Yeah, I can remember going out there when the VB 10,000 arrived to cut up the Golden Ray, and when we were getting everything set up for it. The Golden Ray, I still am amazed by that. Tiger. So yeah, Mass Maritime. I had a bunch of friends. I had 3 friends from high school. One my year and a couple of years younger than me that all have been to Mass Maritime. So the vessel that I'm in command of right now is called the Cape Romaine. We're a ship assist tugboat. We dock the ships that come in and out of the Port of Brunswick here. And, we're slowly kind of transitioning to other tugboats. So I've been kind of bouncing back and forth, but my current tugboat, the Diane Moran, is in shipyard.
Hey, let me ask you a question.
Actually, down in Tampa, and we have some guys from my crew right now in Tampa on the boat, making sure everything's good.
There's a kind of a mural up in a Texas roadhouse in Savannah. There's like a mural over the bar, and there's a Moran tug. They've taken the M and the name off the tug.
Yeah.
Is that the Diane that's in that picture? Do you know?
I'm not sure.
I should take a picture of that.
The Diane Moran is actually the first tugboat that Moran built. It's on its own. Tractor tugboat.
Tractor.
Excuse me.
A lot of people.
So a tractor tugboat has what we call azimuth pods. The whole propeller can spin 360 degrees, and we have 2 of them on the stern, and I can get 360 degrees of concentrated thrust.
Yeah.
I can move the boat completely sideways.
It's
I can
amazing what that thing can do.
I can go as fast forward as I can backwards. I have just as much power in any direction that I can.
Now, for the folks who are here with us that were a part of our trip to Baltimore with the Dolly and the Francis Scott Key Bridge, in that series, the tugboat that pulled the Dolly off the bridge.
So I was actually there. I kind of phoned into that video there with Captain Andy and crew. He had Alfred and Derek was up there with them. Yeah, we actually had the Lynn Moran was the one that actually pulled the ship, the Dali, off the bridge.
Thank you for checking in.
All right, guys, you got the audio back?
Hopefully that's back with see it. Somebody let us know in the chat if it's working. Seems like they always do.
Sure what I was talking about. I know that I was mentioning the golden rig, everything. I'm not sure where exactly we did cut out.
It was the battery monster it got. Okay, we got some people saying the audio is working in and out.
The street there.
Let me see. This mic's in. Everything's up and working. I wouldn't know until Tiger or somebody in the chat got my attention and said, "Hey."
I don't know if that's old messages or.
Now, if we're buffering, oh, I see. Wait a minute. Let me refresh mine. We do have it up like that. Let's see if we can get it picked back up here. Tower is what happened. Ooh, there's stuff following us.
I got 4 bars now.
Okay, now we're going down the road. And I think we're back.
We're just pulling
Okay, everybody says we're good now.
Hey guys, we got audio.
I'm hoping you guys can hear us. Unfortunately, yeah, the cell we're coming to you on the cell service, and
Yeah, but say they're good now.
we may have had some issues with the cell tower. The power may be out up there, and that may be a delay. Generator start. I don't know what's going on. Usually these cell towers have a generator backup system, but I don't know. We're dealing with all kinds of things. Hey, you want to get some Thai food?
Yeah.
Thai food is open. We'll do that. Let's pull over here and let's thank everybody for coming down and spending a little time with us in the storm. I just wanted to show them a little bit about what was going on. Well, hey guys, again, thanks so much for being here with us as we're kind of going through this whole storm thing. It's just after 7:15. I think we've been up for about an hour, so we're gonna go in and get something to eat while the place is still open, and then get hunkered down for the rest of the evening, anticipating the arrival of what's left of Hurricane Debby. Connor,
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, man, thanks for coming aboard and riding around with me and looking at all this stuff today.
Appreciate the call. I was kind of curious to see everybody out and see what was going on. A lot worse than what I thought it was, just hanging out at the house looking out the back windows.
Yeah, we are by no means through this thing. So we're going to get out. If something crazy happens later on tonight, I'll probably drop you guys alive. But for right now, we're going to end the stream, and I look forward to visiting with you guys tomorrow. We'll do the same thing again tomorrow morning. Guys, thanks so much. Let's shoot for, I don't know, let's say about, let's shoot for about 9 a.m. tomorrow. We'll try to get up and hopefully be able to give you guys some video of what's happened overnight. Okay?
Sounds good.
Guys, thanks so much for joining us here. And as always, we want to say, hey, you guys be safe out there.
Thanks, guys. Be safe. We will try our best too as well.